Hi, this reading is for Bethsaida Rodriguez. This is your targeted spiritual reading. As you can see, this is my mother deck here. The first thing we're going to do is clean the cards, pray over them, make sure that we can get your energy into these cards, and then we're going to begin the reading. Full disclosure, I am not a therapist, nor am I a doctor. I am simply interpreting the messages received from the energy based on the path you are currently on. Again, this is reading from your energy based on the path you're on. The moment you decide to change path with your heart and your spirit, well, the cards will change right along with you. Okay. Now for the cleaning portion, give me a second. Give them a nice shuffle. Dear God, thank you for lifting away anything from these cards that is not of your divine love. I ask that you please be sure that only your trustworthy messages come through these cards. I also ask that the messages I receive be clear and easy to understand. Please help me to see, hear, feel, and know your messages are for us. Please provide blessings for everyone involved in this reading. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Okay. Hi, spirits. The spirits of Bethsaida Rodriguez. Hi, God. Hi, everyone. I will ask for the spirit guides and the guardian angels and everyone guiding Bethsaida Rodriguez on her life path to please come forward and help me reveal any messages that you have for her, especially involving her spiritual. This reading, I say again, is for Bethsaida Rodriguez, born November 25th, 1979, a Sagittarius. Bethsaida Rodriguez, November 25th, 1979, a Sagittarius. This is her spiritual reading. Spiritual reading for Bethsaida Rodriguez on November 25th, 1979, a Sagittarius. Bethsaida Rodriguez, November 25th, 1979, Sagittarius. Her spiritual reading. I'm going to cut the card for you now. Okay, Bethsaida. I'm going to go ahead and start. Okay. This is your overall energy. This is your underlining energy. Okay. Regarding your spiritual. Please don't be alarmed by this card here, okay? Don't be alarmed. Okay, let me make sure you can see all your cards. Okay. Bring them here so you can see them a little bit better. Okay, so this is the card I pulled for your overlining energy, okay? And this is your underlining energy. Okay, you have the Nine of Swords and you have the King of Wands. I'm going to place these here until I give you a proper definition of both. All right. The Nine of Swords, typically when you have a sword, that means that it's a mental thing. So you're definitely coming towards the end of a mental battle that you've been having spiritually. And from the looks of it, let me see. Okay, so you're definitely agonizing over something. Since this is a spiritual reading, I'm guessing this is something spiritual. You're agonizing over something spiritual. For whatever reason, you're working through it alone, even though help is nearby. You should definitely reach out and allow someone to guide and comfort you. So your overlining energy is basically you're trying to seek help. And I can kind of tell based on the fact that you reached out to me in the first place. So this is definitely showing, you see, as you see in this picture, she's very unrested. All of these swords are around her. Swords is definitely a mental energy, which means that you're really thinking about something spiritual. I don't know if it's something that has happened to you recently or something that's going on right now. Maybe you're rethinking something. You're questioning your spirituality at this point in time. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but you're definitely agonizing over it, and you're going through it alone. But just know that you do have help. But I understand that this is your overlining energy for your spiritual. Okay, so you can imagine this big card being kind of over everything here. Your underlining energy is the King of Wands. That's more like your gut energy, your basis, your base energy. Let me see. And basically what that one is, your base energy is a energy of focus, determination, drive. Something has your full attention at this point in time, and you're channeling everything into it. Your energy, your skills, everything into that direction. You have a strong sense that you're right in all things concerning this. Your ambition, your social needs are engaged. And for now, to you, that's all that matters. So in your heart of hearts, you're kind of dead set on how you feel about a certain situation. Even though you're questioning it, your underlining gut kind of is a little biased, a little unchanged. You're putting a lot of energy into maybe figuring it all out. So this is your underlining energy, this is your gut energy, and this is your mental space right now. Okay, so now we're going to go into your full-blown path here. So this is your past, your present, and your future regarding your spirituality. When you look up here, in this row up here, this is your overall energy for the past. This is your overall energy for your present, and this is the overall energy for your future. At this point in time, it doesn't have to stay this way. You can always change, okay? Actually, funny story about this one. This is kind of inevitable, but we're going to get there, as well as this. This is this section here is your conclusion, and this is your advice. This is your advice. When you follow the advice, this is the conclusion that will come out, okay? This overall energy is something that you're going to feel regardless. And when this energy takes place, you need to follow the advice. And after you follow the advice, the conclusion will be ready for you, okay? These conclusions seem, pretty straightforward. I'm going to go ahead and start with your past. In your past, you have a major arcana, the Emperor, okay? And what the Emperor tells us at this point in time in your spirituality is, there was a healthy stability that you had spiritually once upon a time. There was a healthy stability. Your spirituality allowed you to seek a well-functioning order in terms of your home, your workplace, your relationship. So when you were stern and very not stern, I want to say, when you were confident in your spirituality, when you were had it all figured out spiritually, everything was working well, everything was in order, okay? And that's what that energy is showing. The advice to kind of I don't know if it's something maybe you put forth, maybe something that took place. I want to say that. So, and this is the advice section. This is the advice section regarding, this is the advice section regarding that. Let me look. And it's the Nine of Pentacles. Let me see. Give me a second. It basically says, be aware that you may have been happy and not lonely. But there may come a time when that changes. Don't be afraid to change your lifestyle and find someone special to share it with. So this is the advice card. So this is based on what's going on in your past. Maybe now you're lonely, or something has taken place that you feel lonely or you feel by yourself. Basically, this is the conclusion for that. What they're telling you is, step away from that feeling from the past of what you're being lonely. You can get this feeling again. You can feel better again. Right now they're saying you're lonely, but you're in a good place at some point in time. But because of your loneliness, you're pretty much, the changes that are happening, I guess, is more fearful than not. So basically saying there's going to come a time where you're going to be lonely, going to be unhappy and things like that, but don't be afraid of the change that it brings inside your lifestyle. Okay, don't be afraid of change. And then the conclusion, when you're not afraid of the changes that occurred because of your past, you get the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is pretty much a decision. Anything dealing with the two is a decision. Basically, the conclusion is a full life. So a full life, the ability to keep everything flowing. It'll seem easy and everything like that. You find satisfaction in not only doing things, but doing them well. Okay, so that's the conclusion of not being afraid of the changes in your life. Okay, and this is all from the past. So with that said, maybe once upon a time you weren't afraid, and then now you are. Maybe once upon a time in your past you weren't afraid. You took life by the horns, and you were able to pretty much live a full life. Okay, in your present you have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is another mental thing. Okay, so you're definitely in your head about your spirituality, or you're in your head about something dealing with your spirituality. The Four of Swords, basically you need time to regroup. That's the kind of energy you have going on presently. Your situation is problematic, and it will not resolve until you can take some time out. Remove yourself from the situation, meditate, find your center, recharge your spiritual strength, and you'll bring your best efforts forward when it comes time to solve the problem. Your advice is a major arcana, which is inevitable. It's the Star. The advice from the Star is telling you, give me a second. The advice from the card is pretty much saying that you need to be aware of the lack of faith that you currently have. Oh goodness, this is this is crazy how this goes. Basically, be aware of the lack of faith. Don't give in to despair. Don't give up. Be aware of giving up, having the lack of faith. The Star promises you hope. Don't lose faith in that promise, okay? This is so true to this, especially if you're doing a reading about your spirituality. This falls so true, especially in your present time. Do not lose faith, okay? There is hope, okay? Don't lose faith. That is your advice. If you choose not to lose faith, if you choose to listen to your spirits, and don't lose faith, your conclusion is the Page of Cups. Okay, in the Page of Cups, you're gonna come across some different kind of emotions. Things are gonna happen. It's kind of the messenger. Okay, someone's gonna give you advice. Someone's going to share more experiences. You need to be aware of assuming you know everything. And don't ignore the advice that people give you, okay? Especially regarding this. Your emotions are going to pop up. They're going to tell you to do something different. Even if you think you're prepared, you think you're ready to move forward, whatever the case may be, realize that you more than likely haven't considered everything, every possibility, okay? That is the conclusion for that. But remember, do not give up hope. All right. So in the future, based on the path you're on now, okay, again, this can change. In the future, your overall energy can be the Devil. No, don't be afraid of the Devil, okay? It's just like a temptation type card, all right? It's a warning, pretty much, okay? If the Temperance card, which is a balance card, it means balance. The Devil is imperfect balance. So your energy, your overall energy for the future is imbalance, okay? Anything in the extreme, eating, working out, sexual activity, exercising, overdoing any of those things will lead to unbalance. So based on the path you're on, your future looks like a lot of imbalance, okay? The advice for this imbalance is 8 of Wands, all right? The 8 of Wands. In the 8 of Wands, Let me get you there. And the Eight of Wands is telling you to beware of the dangers of interfering. By altering the movement of one of these wands on this card, the others, they're too close to proximity together and will be affected. The connections are intricate and you may not be able to see the larger ramifications of your actions. So considering this is a spiritual reading, I feel as though, your mind may be made up. Hopefully it isn't, considering this new advice of having hope. But they're basically saying that even though you feel a way about something, you probably shouldn't force it on others, okay? The dangers of forcing it on others or interfering in others' beliefs or anything along those lines can cause a lot of issues, can cause a lot of consequences, okay? So you don't want to do that. So you are very strong, you're very strong. You have your beliefs. If you have made up your mind, don't force it on others, okay? That's what this card is basically saying. Don't interfere with others and their progress and what they got going on. If you follow that advice and do not interfere with other spiritualities, and it comes to that, if that's what this is about, then the Ace of Wands is your conclusion. The Ace of Wands, the ace is always a gift, okay? When you get an ace card, it's typically a gift. It basically means you're at a great point, okay, in your life. You're given a gift, an idea, a project, a career opportunity. Take advantage of it with confidence and gratitude. So most aces are just gifts from the divine. So when you kind of stay in yourself, stay in your faith, hopefully you'll have hope and everything like that. But when you kind of follow this advice, something new will come of it. A gift will be given to you, an opportunity. Go ahead and take it. Take that opportunity. Don't miss out on that opportunity, okay? Go ahead and take it, because it is a gift from the above. So take it, receive it, love it, do it with confidence and gratitude, okay? That concludes your reading. Just remember to follow the advice cards for these conclusions to take place. The overall energy is what it is, but you can definitely alter what you have here. All right, this is your spirituality. I hope that you got what you needed from this reading. Again, Nine of Pentacles. You want to make sure that you don't hide from anything, don't run from anything. Make sure that you kind of get the help you need. Don't sit back. You're gonna come a time where you're unhappy, but don't be by yourself. Don't just hide away. Make sure you continue to have hope, and make sure you don't try to influence others based on your own beliefs. Okay, that is it. I hope that I was able to help you out. Thank you so much for choosing me as your tarot reader. I love you, and namaste.